Go time. It's happy hour at home. And of course, we're always happy, but we're a little happier with a nice cold beverage or hot if it's winter. But we're making something called Three Little Birds today. Yes, a Bob Marley song. But this recipe was given to me by a bartender at La Puerta. I don't know if this is an actual, a thing, this cocktail, other than at La Puerta, but she was gracious enough to give me the recipe because I enjoyed it so much. And there are two La Puertas, great Mexican food here in San Diego. There's one in the Gas Lamp, which is right by the stadium, right by the water. It's such like it's one of the places you got to go if you come to San Diego. And there's one in Mission Hills, which is where I discovered this cocktail in particular. Now it's made with mezcal, which mezcal, literally means like roasted agave. Agave is what we use to make tequila. So if you don't like tequila, you may not like this either. But tequila is made only with blue Weber agave. Mezcal is smokier, as the name denotes. It's a little spicier, and it can be made with any number of different agaves, and there's hundreds of different agave plants. So that's the deal. We're also going to use some orgeat. I learned how to properly say that. Thank you, bartender, whose name I never wrote down, unfortunately. We're just going to use this. I mean, this is the same stuff that you would use in your coffee. Um, it's a lot less expensive than the other stuff that they will sell you at the liquor store. We're going to use some not so fresh pineapple juice. If you got fresh pineapple juice, good on ya. We're going to use some agave, some light agave, actually, watching our figure. Fresh squeezed lime juice, always a must. And we are going to use a serrano pepper. Now, what's the difference between a serrano pepper and a jalapeno, which is what this is? Serrano, a little bit smaller, also at least 3 to 4 times hotter on the Scoville scale for how hot it is. So if you can't handle a jalapeno, you might want to you might want to stick to the jalapeno, or, do you? I don't know, put a poblano in there or something like that, which is even lower on the Scoville scale than a jalapeno. But we're going to use a serrano pepper because that is what my bartender used. Why are we making it? Well, because it's hot outside and it's only getting hotter. And you're thinking, like, why would I want something that's going to make me sweat? Well, of course, sweating makes your core body temp cool down, which is good for you. It's good for you. I like things that are hot, but not so hot and spicy that you can't taste the food. We'll see. I mean, I think the agave will take some of the edge off of this. I mean, it did in the cocktail that I had. Um, Chilies give off a chemical called capsaicin. Isn't there like a drug or something you can take? All those medical commercials you hear, capsaicin just rings a bell. Or maybe somebody named one of their drugs after this chemical. But chilies produce capsaicin, which makes most people sweat. It also wards off things like bugs and fungi. My sister's going to love that word. So I don't know if that was to ward off bugs and fungi in people or in food and cocktails, but nonetheless, we're using it in our cocktail today. Mexicans can handle so much heat. Why? Well, it might have something to do with the fact that Mexican people have been putting chilies in food for literally thousands of years. We're talking about 5,000 BC and beyond, okay? Long, long time. And kids are raised with it. They put jalapenos in their lollies, their lollipops. So without further ado, let's make a Three Little Birds cocktail. And I did not make any serrano pepper agave syrup. So I'm actually just going to muddle it, which is why I got out my mixing glass here, because I figured, you know, it'll work. It'll do the trick. Let me put the lime juice apart. I'm just going to use a wee bit, take the top off that. And remember, kids, if you're doing this with bare hands, don't touch the seeds, which is really where all the heat is, the seeds and the ribs, the white part of your chili pepper. I'm just going to go easy on myself and maybe I'll just put two in there. How about that? Just two thin little slices, two little coins, if you will. And then I'm going to put the agave syrup in there, and it just calls for like a half an ounce of agave syrup. Let me use this thingamajigger, literally a jigger. Okay, so we're going to use half an ounce of this. Probably put in the the lime juice too to muddle it, and then we can put it in our shaker. Okay, so how much lime juice? We need, let's see, a half ounce of lime juice. So equal parts of lime juice and your agave. And yes, you could use simple syrup, I'm sure too, but why would you? I mean, since tequila and mezcal is made with the agave plant, as is agave syrup, I mean, I'm just going there. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, this will burn your skin, your eyes. Don't touch your face. If you've been handling hot peppers, learn that lesson a time or 20. Okay, so we're just going to muddle that a wee bit just to really get the juices flowing. Okay. Then I think I am going to put it in the shaker, which I've already filled with ice. I've got my handy dandy little ice maker going back there, which makes like, whoops, slippery suckers, like little ice bullets, I call them, like little whatever. Okay. So we're going to pour the agave syrup with serrano pepper and the lime juice in there. And then I'm going to put the mezcal in there. It calls for 1.5 ounces of mezcal. Again, a nice smoky, kind of spicy flavor. Like it a lot. Okay, this side of the jigger is 1.5 ounces. Then I'm just going to put, I already put the lime juice in there. How about some pineapple? And let's see. Ooh, freshly canned. We need 1 ounce pineapple juice. So let's do that. Yum. All right. This makes me happy. Okay. And before I shake that up, I am going to cut a little lime wedge, if you will. I know I said wheels, but you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to do a wedge because I'm going to put a little lime juice on the edge of the glass so that we can rim it properly. And I'm going to put a little bit of tahini. I love tahini. It's a chili lime salt. So it's perfect on your spicy margaritas. This would be good as a margarita too, I think, actually. And the only difference, of course, you're using tequila. Really. Okay. So, well, now I have the, see, I got ahead of myself. Put the ice in there for a second. And I'm just going to wet the rim where I want my chili salt to make it look pretty. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm using these, it's called tossware. They're awesome. I've seen them in restaurants. I've had them in restaurants actually. They're awesome. They look like glass and they're just like a nice hard plastic. I don't know. It just doesn't want to stick right there. Day ruined. Okay, let's give it a shake. I'll put the ice back in my cocktail glass. Okay, get it nice and cold. So we shake it for like 15 seconds. I hope this is as good as I remember. I think I'm gonna try to recreate a cocktail I had. Beautiful color, and it's kind of Barbie pink, which is perfect. I had it in Manhattan at the Knickerbocker Hotel on their rooftop bar. Oh yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Never mind. I was gonna sing a song that's highly inappropriate. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I've got my radio friend Marty from 91X coming over. He's gonna check out my garage. Um, that's what we do in radio. We check out each other's garages. No, not really, but okay. Oh, yeah. So if you need another little extra squeeze of lime, you've got there for your friends. Wait a second. I got to cut a little extra wedge in there. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Man down, man down. Okay. There we go. Okay. Shall we? Cheers to the three little birds. That's delicious. That is really good. I'm going to make people real happy with that cocktail this weekend. If you want one, come on over. Three little birds, super easy. You other than mezcal, if you don't have mezcal and you really want to use tequila, you can do that. But that smoky flavor that you get from mezcal, it's delicious. It's delicious. Tastes like burnt wood. No, it's really delicious though. And again, look for just almond syrup. That's orgeat. Okay. I can only presume that orgeat. Well, this is Tirani. I would think orgeat would be French. No, orgeat. I think it's French. I don't know. But you need pineapple juice, some agave. You need a serrano pepper, unless you can't handle it. You need freshly squeezed lime juice, mezcal, orgeat, some freshly squeezed lime juice. We mentioned that, but some fresh limes as well for a little garnish, and tahine. Tahine. Look for it in the grocery store. I'm telling you, it's so good. I just had it on watermelon. I had it in my cottage cheese. I love it on mangoes. It's so good on everything, especially your cocktails. So, cheers to you and yours. Mm, yes, and hello to you, Johnny. I think Johnny's an actor. Aren't you an actor, Johnny? Are you striking right now? You must be. Wishing you guys well. And there's Josephine. I don't know where your comments are, Josephine. We've just got little naked little bubbles. But cheers to you guys. Try this. I'm telling you, you're going to like it. Your friends are going to love it. So, and hello to you, Mark. Yeah, wishing you well, Johnny. You're on strike indefinitely with the SAG after strike happening. We've got your back. I get it. I get it. Would you say to a musician, go get a real job? No, you wouldn't. And by the way, most real actors or anybody that acts probably has a real job. I'm just saying. That's just from my experience and what I believe to be true and what I've seen. So, yes, of course, of course. And again, hello and goodbye, my friend Mark. You guys try this. You're gonna love it. I'll post the recipe and a pic of what I haven't had to drink so far shortly. Appreciate you watching. Till next week, and a cocktail from the Knickerbocker Hotel in New York City. Bye.